Subscribe to the MTL World at Malworld 1 YouTube channel. Swallowed Star 2, Land of Origin. Volume 11, The Xuanhuan Blade Dao. Chapter 413 Fusion. 28th of Volume 11. Translator, Shadow Knight AK. Editor, Shadow Knight AK. On the 17th level of the Abyss of Destruction, the Feather Emperor stood calmly, watching the blood-colored robed figure descend from above. Lord Luo Feng, the Feather Emperor Yu Huang, greeted him. Feather Emperor, Luo Feng replied, observing his opponent. Those who ranked among the top 10, each possessed unique methods. Kafusho, like Luo Feng, excelled in direct combat, but Luo Feng completely overwhelmed him in his area of expertise. The Feather Emperor's style, however, was entirely different. I know you seek the Realm Envoy's cooperation in your cultivation, the Feather Emperor said coldly looking at Luo Feng. Defeat me, and I will arrange the Realm Envoy to assist you. After having been ambushed by Lord Momen, Lord Jin, and Lord Negu in the past, the Feather Emperor still harbored resentment toward the other lords of the practitioner faction. Please, Luo Feng said politely. This battle wasn't a malicious attempt to seize control of the Chaos Destruction realm, but a fair competition between the two sides. The Feather Emperor also refrained from summoning the Realm Envoy for assistance. Boom. The Feather Emperor stood motionless, suddenly radiating an intense light that flooded the entire level of the Chaos Destruction realm. Luo Feng was illuminated in this light, and felt as if it has transformed into countless threads that entangled, bound, and began suppressing him. The Feather Emperor's vast domain is very terrifying. It is a fusion of feather power and light power, further amplified by the mysterious land, Feather Realm. The power of this domain is enough to have the strength of an ordinary Xuanhuan ancestor. Boom. Luo Feng moved, transforming into a blade of light that tore through the luminous barriers in an instant. He slashed past the Feather Emperor, as if severing him completely. Though the Feather Emperor appeared to remain in the original place, but he materialized elsewhere, unscathed. In terms of movement techniques, the Feather Emperor is omnipresent, on par with the Wu Jin Xuanhuan ancestor. Even with the Blood Crane territory's power amplifying him, Luo Feng couldn't hope to touch the Feather Emperor. His movements transcend the limitations of time itself, Luo Feng frowned. The so-called omnipresence meant existing in multiple locations simultaneously, at the same moment. His position shifted purely by will. The Wu Jin Xuanhuan ancestor once rescued countless Xuanhuan ancestors during the war between the two factions, even under Lord Xingmang's space-time suppression. This is my only option, Luo Feng muttered, instantly drawing his blade. With a slash of his void-severing blade, Luo Feng unleashed countless blades of light, each locked onto the life force of his target. In an instant, tens of thousands of blades of light erupted, crisscrossing the heavens and earth, piercing through space-time to lock onto every trace of the Feather Emperor's life energy. Each fragment of light was relentlessly targeted and annihilated by these blades. Luo Feng continued to unleash terrifying, highly condensed blades of light in an unending torrent. Within mere moments, over 100,000 colossal blades of light filled the Chaos Destruction realm. These massive blades occupied a third of this realm's area, relentlessly pursuing their prey across the sky and earth. Luo Feng's Xuanhuan Blade Dao was not complete, and even when combined with the life force lock of his Xuanhuan Life and Death Dao, each blade's energy was surprisingly weak. Against Kafusho, a single blade strike contained a mere tenth of Luo Feng's total energy reserves. Maintaining the life force lock significantly weakened the blades' power, yet they still rivaled some of Lord Momen and Lord Jin's ordinary techniques. The key was the sheer number of blades. Luo Feng unleashed an overwhelming quantity that crushed his opponent through brute force. After all, Luo Feng's energy reserves are simply too vast. The energy he recovers each moment far exceeds that of the Feather Emperor's entire body's energy reserves. There's no need to continue, Feather Emperor said, gazing at the dense, blade-like light filling the heavens and earth. Each blade was colossal and imbued with sentience, relentlessly pursuing and annihilating all light. Without unleashing his domain, they would lock onto his true body. I never imagined that I couldn't even evade Lord Luo Feng's blades. In the Abyss of Destruction, with its inexhaustible energy supply, he could have prolonged the battle with Luo Feng indefinitely. But in the outside world, he would likely have to flee within 10 breaths. If Feather Emperor wishes to escape, a mere thought will carry him beyond the reach of my blade techniques, Luo Feng acknowledged, aware of his own limitations. His blade light's pursuit has a limited range. Feather Emperor and the Wu Jin Xuanhuan ancestor could traverse countless space-time dimensions with a single step, easily outdistancing Luo Feng. Indeed, escape is the only option, Feather Emperor murmured, shaking his head slightly. Lord Negu, Lord Momen, and Lord Jin, working together, could overwhelm him. But Luo Feng alone would be enough to force him to flee. "I'll have the realm envoys besiege and attack you," Feather Emperor immediately commanded, summoning the 200 realm envoys from this level of the Chaos Destruction realm to besiege on Luo Feng. At this moment, the Wu Jin Hunyuan ancestor on the 18th level of the Chaos Destruction realm was also clearly observing the entire battle. "I'm slightly stronger than the Feather Emperor, but facing Luo Feng's relentless pursuit of over 100,000 blade light strikes, I still couldn't break through," the Wu Jin Hunyuan ancestor muttered, visibly frustrated. While he could replenish his energy within the Chaos Destruction realm, he knew the true test lay in combat under normal circumstances. If Luo Feng truly resorted to any means necessary, he could simply ignore them all, cut through any obstruction, imprint his mark upon the phantom origin, and seize control of an entire level of the Chaos Destruction realm. No matter how well they could hide, they could never stop Luo Feng, who cleaved through 80% of Kafusho's body with just 3 blade strikes. It was only Luo Feng's disinterest in contesting the Chaos Destruction realm that allowed for a friendly competition. How do I break through this? The Wu Jin Hunyuan ancestor began to ponder deeply. However, after more than an epoch had passed, Luo Feng arrived on the 18th level. Luo Feng and Wu Jin Hunyuan ancestor fought. The Wu Jin Hunyuan ancestor still lost. His style mirrored the Feather Emperor's, his sole advantage being his limitless power, which unleashed even greater destructive power. However, Luo Feng's formidable physique, capable of withstanding attacks from dozens of Hunyuan ancestors simultaneously, now bolstered by the power of the Blood Crane territory, rendered the Wu Jin Hunyuan ancestors' attacks utterly ineffective. Luo Feng's blade light strikes blanketed the sky, their life force locking energy relentlessly pursuing and annihilating every trace of the Wu Jin Hunyuan ancestors' power. The Wu Jin Hunyuan ancestor promptly conceded defeat. All factions and ancient beings were closely watching Luo Feng's battles. His consecutive victories against the Feather Emperor and the Wu Jin Hunyuan ancestor came as no surprise to them. In their minds, they had already recognized Lord Luo Feng as the pinnacle of combat power. Abyss of Destruction, 19th level. Luo Feng arrived at this level. Luo Feng. Yuan grinned widely, his joy palpable. He had led the practitioner faction from its weakest beginnings to its current strength. He had endured countless humiliations and hardships. The addition of another lord at the highest level of combat power filled Yuan's heart with immeasurable joy. The stronger their lords, the brighter the future of their faction would be. Impressive. You defeated Kafusho, the Feather Emperor, and the Wu Jin Hunyuan ancestor head-on, Yuan exclaimed, even I'm not confident I could defeat that Wu Jin Hunyuan ancestor. The Wu Jin Hunyuan ancestor is omnipresent. For now, I can only deplete his energy reserves, Luo Feng replied, fully aware of his limitations. He had mastered only one type of highest level power of destructive power, and its effectiveness was limited when combined with life force locking. If he possessed the complete Hunyuan Blade Dao and could combine it with the Hunyuan Life and Death Dao, his options would be far more versatile. You've only been a lord for a short time, yet you're already this formidable, Yuan chuckled, shall I arrange for the realm envoys to besiege you? Thank you for the trouble, brother Yuan, Luo Feng said with a nod. Soon, all 150 realm envoys on this level appeared and began to surround Luo Feng. Once again, he meticulously studied this latest form of destructive power, seeking to comprehend its mysteries of destruction. Although most of the 19 highest level destructive powers he had encountered so far were not fused with the mysteries of life, he believed that even foreign knowledge could be valuable. By delving into the mysteries of destruction, Luo Feng continued to enhance his understanding of destruction. Luo Feng felt his approach was correct. After encountering a bottleneck in his comprehension of the Hunyuan Blade Dao, he had come to the abyss of destruction to accumulate knowledge of destruction, and the results were indeed highly efficient. I can sense that my understanding of destruction should now be sufficient, Luo Feng intuitively judged. No need to rush. After all, there is no such thing as too much accumulation. Each level of the Chaos Destruction realm only takes 1 or 2 epochs to clear. I'll complete my exploration of the abyss of destruction first. Luo Feng wasn't in a hurry to leave. Exploring the abyss before returning to the practitioner territory seemed like the most logical course. It's strange, though. I've reached the 19th level, yet I haven't encountered any opportunities for advancement at all, Luo Feng thought briefly before dismissing the thought. Unlike other beings who meticulously explored every corner, Luo Feng came to each level solely to clash with the realm envoys. Naturally, his chances of stumbling upon opportunities were far lower. Regardless, Luo Feng had achieved his primary goal in the abyss of destruction, accumulating sufficient insights. The next step was to fuse all these accumulated insights into a unified whole, achieving perfect harmony between his heart and the Tao, allowing his soul to merge seamlessly with the Tao. Only then could he attain the Hunyuan Blade Tao. Fusion into unity and harmony between heart and Tao. These are the two major hurdles ahead, Luo Feng thought. Before entering the abyss of destruction, Luo Feng had been unclear about the exact obstacles hindering his path to the Hunyuan Blade Tao. Now, he could pinpoint these two remaining barriers with absolute clarity. Brother Yuan, you can dismiss the realm envoys, Luo Feng said after more than an epoch had passed. Yuan immediately complied with a thought, smiling. Are you preparing to move to the next level? I'll first enter secluded cultivation here for a while, Luo Feng replied. Feeling his accumulated insights are sufficient, he wanted to attempt fusing them into a unified whole. Even if he fails, he could proceed to the 20th level and beyond to continue accumulating insights before trying again. After all, different attempts at fusion would undoubtedly yield different insights. Yuan watched with delight as Luo Feng constructed an cultivation cave and began his secluded cultivation. I'll continue my cultivation as well, Yuan said, returning to his own cultivation cave and entering complete seclusion. He too was delving into the origin system of the Hunyuan rule circulation path. He hasn't come to the 20th level yet. Bingfeng Hunyuan ancestor, who resided on the 20th level, had been preparing for Luo Feng's challenge. To his surprise, Luo Feng spent over an epoch on the 19th level. After dismissing the realm envoys, he suddenly went into secluded cultivation. This development allowed Bingfeng Hunyuan ancestor to breathe a sigh of relief. He knew he was no match for Luo Feng. As the leader of the Ice Peak faction, he was reluctant to let Luo Feng use him as a stepping stone to enhance his reputation. Yet he was powerless to prevent it. He had even devised multiple strategies to maintain his dignity in defeat. But just as he had mentally prepared for everything, Luo Feng temporarily withdrew. Luo Feng was in secluded cultivation within his cultivation cave on the 19th level. He had dealt with the realm envoys effortlessly, dispatching them with casual blade strikes or even simply enduring their attacks. But now, as he attempted to fuse his insights into a unified whole and fully realize the Hunyuan Blade Tao, he needed to repeatedly test his most powerful techniques. Boom! With a casual flick of his finger, Luo Feng unleashed a frigid blade light that tore through heaven and earth. Frowning in contemplation, he gently clenched his 5 fingers, summoning 5 terrifying blade lights that converged into a blade formation. The formation was capable of annihilating all enemies within its confines. Through this process of contemplation, integration, and experimentation, the Hunyuan Blade Tao became increasingly clear in Luo Feng's mind. With a light tap of his finger, a single point of blade light instantly pierced through the spatial barriers of the 19th level's chaos destruction realm, even penetrating down to the 20th level below, startling the Bingfeng Hunyuan ancestor. Suddenly, a spatial fluctuation rippled through the air, passing over Luo Feng. The cross-legged figure vanished without a trace. Yuan, the lord of the 19th level, was startled, a sudden spatial fluctuation. Luo Feng has disappeared. Luo Feng, what's happening? Yuan immediately contacted Luo Feng's other clones. I think I've encountered an opportunity, Luo Feng replied. An opportunity? Yuan paused, taken aback. He recalled that long ago, Kafusho also encountered an opportunity while exploring the 19th level's chaos destruction realm. He entered a hidden dimension and obtained the battle armor that would accompany him for endless years. Kafusho and Luo Feng both passed through here briefly and gained opportunities. Yet, I've always lived here and even controlled this level. How have I never encountered such a chance? Yuan felt a pang of bitterness. Blank. End of chapter. Subscribe to MTL World at Malworld 1 YouTube channel.